Let's bring in the Hall of Famer, Johnny Bench, who went toe-to-toe, I'm sure, with Hank quite a few times. And I don't know when you got the news, Johnny, but if I'm bringing it to you now, I apologize. But I thought you'd be a good person to have on.
Well, actually, Dan, I got all of a sudden a flood of text, and Henry, and with eyes that are crying, and I said, no, don't tell me this. I mean, I'm just absolutely worn out from. This is our ninth person in a year, and within the year's time, and with Don Sutton and Lasorda, and I mean, Don I used to hang out with in Palm Springs, and then I thought, man, this is just getting too much, and then. And I just sent a picture to Fritzy, and I hope he can pull it up. It's Hank sliding into me, and it's hanging on my wall here in my office. And Henry writes on it, to John, I wish the hell you'd stay out of my way.
Were you?
Go ahead.
Were you behind the plate when Hank hit 714 off Jack Billingham?
Yeah, Jack still says I called the wrong pitch.
Wait, what did you call? Fastball?
I called a breaking ball, and I was there I was standing on home plate when I shook Hank Aaron's hand too. Because when I broke in, and I'm catching, and Henry would come up, and I'd take off, he'd put his bat down, he'd put his helmet on over his soft cap, and he would say, "Hi, John, how you doing?" And nobody ever knew that. And from the very beginning, I don't think there was a game that when the let off or when his first time at bat that he didn't say hello. And I mean, it was such a reward just to be with the man and to be at the Hall of Fame with him and his gentleness, his class, at the Gold Glove Awards. I mean, just anywhere you were with Hank. And we were trying to put together a Zoom call just recently, and it hadn't happened. And I'm so just sad and disappointed. I mean, you can't measure what we've lost in baseball this year. But he was just, like I heard you talking about the flip of the wrist and everything else. And of course, he filled out. I mean, his forearms looked like my thighs. I mean, they were, you wonder how the wrist and those forearms and everything else, and hit off his front foot and just flicked it. And I mean, it was. And, 755 home runs. If you take those away, he still had 3,000 hits.
Yeah.
I mean, but he was a great base stealer. He was a great defender. And he was just a better man, a better person. I mean, I'm just so sad. And, golly, it's just, and we can't do enough, to say for him and what he did for baseball and what he meant to baseball, what he meant to everybody he played with. I can tell you, to a man, all those players were just with adulation and respect, and I don't think you can leave a better legacy than for us to talk about him in this kind of manner and say what a just a gentle person and what a wonderful person and the all-time home run king to most people.
Yeah, I wondered about that, Johnny. Do you think the Hall of Famers view Hank as the all-time home run king?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and I think it's just out of respect and everything else. I think if everybody's always looking at the the PEDs and the steroid era and whatever, and how much difference it would have made, it's sort of. But there's so many. There's just few people in your life that when you walk in to the Hall of Fame and you walk in, or you walk into the hotel. And, first time was Ted Williams, and there was Yogi, and there was Campanella, and here's Duke Snyder, and, here's all these guys, and there's Henry and Willie. And, I mean, it just gave credence. It gave validity to being in the Hall of Fame. I don't know that we will ever, none of us will, ever have that stature, I think, because to me, it will always be. That's what the Hall of Fame is. It's those people. It's, what we dreamed of all our lives, and hitting in the rocks out of the driveway and playing home run derby at the park. And, the thing is, if you think about it, Dan, I don't know that there's anybody that's ever emulated hitting like Hank Aaron, because I don't think you can. I don't think you can copy or emulate or perfect those things. He was one of a kind, as a baseball player, and he's one of a kind as a person, and my whole being is sad.
Yeah, we lost Tom Seaver. We lost Lou Brock. We lost Joe Morgan, Bob Gibson, Don Sutton, now Hank Aaron.
Yeah, listen, Necro and Lester. Necro, I talked to him when he was on. I talked to him about once a week, and he, I don't know, but I tell you the story about Sparky calling me into the office one day, and he said, "John, we've got a chance to trade for Necro. What do you think?" And I said, "You better trade for his catcher too, because I'm not." And he always loved that. Nuxie was, I said, he'd call me and I said, "Either tell me a joke or I don't want to talk to you." And he, of course, that was the one thing. And Lasorda was just the wizard on my baseball bunch. And
I got to put you in bubble wrap, all right? I got to make sure nothing happens to you.
Yeah, and all of a sudden we start feeling so vulnerable. I mean, it's like, all of us, I guess, to think that we're, there and that. I talked to Raleigh, I talked to Wade Boggs, I talked to Brett, and talked to Robin Yount the other day, and you just want to call and say, just hey, I was just thinking about you. And
get on that Zoom call. Get on that Zoom call with these guys who are still alive, Johnny.
Yeah,
make sure you do it. Make sure you do it. Hey,
man, thank you.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate
it.
That's Johnny Bench, and. Yeah, I appreciate him coming on. I could hear it in his voice.